down in the killing of the infamous Wilson brothers, two of the most hated and feared desperados of frontier times. Today, you will see the type of brutality that outlaws of a century ago were capable of, as well as seeing the stand-up courage that was the mark of a man in the early days of our country. Over around the area now known as Sikeston, Missouri, on a miserable hot day, July 4th, 1877, the notorious Wilson brothers hit town. It was late in the day, and everyone in the small town was in high spirits due to a big July 4th fireworks display that was planned for that evening. A bunch of the young bucks of the town were celebrating a bit early in the afternoon and had been drinking down to the livery stable. One of these young fellas, Johnny Beasley, had left the gang and was heading home to get cleaned up for the big fireworks show. He was showing his liquor all right. They planned to rest a spell, take a good bath, and then pick up pretty Janie Branson, the girl he hoped to marry soon. You see, they were going to attend the July 4th celebration together. Johnny was a little unsteady on his feet, and it showed. As he neared the area of town where the Wilson brothers had stopped to take in the sights, one of the two brothers pointed to the boy and laughed at his unsteady condition. As Johnny walked along the street, he noticed the desperados laughing at him, and he stopped in his tracks. Well, at this point, the young, inexperienced lad made a serious mistake. He decided to take up the mission of the two killers, although Johnny didn't know at the time who he was dealing with. Filled with the false courage liquor can bring, though, it probably wouldn't have slowed him down at all. Johnny called out to the two strangers to stop laughing at him. He challenged them to either apologize to him or figure out a gunfight. The Wilson brothers simply laughed all the harder. Killing was second nature to them. They thought little of it and were absolutely fearless in a gunfight. Both of the men were also very fast with the gun. Jed Wilson, the younger of the two killer brothers, took up the challenge and squared off facing Johnny. As the young boy threw, the killer cleared leather almost without any effort at all and shot Johnny Beasley dead in the street at the age of 17. Jed turned back to his brother Madison and looked back in contempt toward the dead boy, then started toward the town saloon.
Hey, Sheriff, I'm going to see you.
One of the townspeople had such bad trouble when they first saw the bad-looking killers in town and had gone for Sheriff Paxton Stewart, one of the greatest lawmen of the early frontier. By the time he arrived on the scene, however, it was too late to help young Johnny Beasley. After looking at the boy and deciding that he was beyond help, the sheriff raised up with anger in his eyes. He could see that a young boy had been lured into a gunfight where he was outmatched and then gunned down in the dirt for no good reason. Sheriff Stewart called out for the two outlaws to step back to the center of the street and account for their actions. He said he knew they were within the law of the shooting. They called them heartless killers for picking on a young boy just for spite and meanness. Sheriff Paxton Stewart then did what all good lawmen did in the old days. He elected to set an example for future drifters by facing up to the two killers himself. The sheriff was man enough for the job, too. He was known throughout the area as a fast draw. Cleared away, there were two despicable killers dead in the dust of the town square, and one sheriff with a flesh wound in his shoulder. Sheriff Paxton Stewart had once again proven he was a great lawman for two reasons. He was fast with a six-gun, and he had the courage to stand up and use it in the face of great odds. It'd be a long time before the people of this area forgot the great gunfight between Sheriff Paxton Stewart and the notorious Wilson brothers.
Let's get a big round of applause for our actors.